Hey everybody, what's up? We've got a very fun day, or I guess video for you. We are setting up, as you can see here, 2 new enclosures. Now one's already done, but we're gonna set up this bottom one with you because tomorrow, obviously, 2 snakes are gonna get upgrades, 2 very special snakes. And one of them for sure is having their hatch day, and the other one we guess is about the same age, so we're gonna just celebrate their hatch day together. But they're gonna get their big boy and big girl enclosures. But starting off, I want to show you the inside of these. We've already, like I said, set one up, but I wanted to show you how we did the misting system in there, how we did the lighting in there, and what we did, just before we got to this part where we do the fun part where we get to decorate. But I'm gonna take this and try not to push any buttons. But first of all, these enclosures are by Recoil. They're PVC enclosures. These are 4 foot by 2 foot by 16 inches tall. They're PVC, which is really nice because when you want to customize these and you need to drill holes that weren't already there, there's a big hole right there. You can use your own drills and it's like butter. But these enclosures, they normally come, I don't know if you can see them right under here, just barely see them. They come already pre-done with lights when you get them from Recoil, and a heat panel. Now, I don't like to use the lights that are right up front just because they're LED lights, but they're not full spectrum. Full spectrum is what's needed if you're gonna put some plants in there and you want them to grow well. So I put in my own 4 set panels of full spectrum lights, grow lights. I also put in my own, let's see right there, my own misting system. Now this one I want to add one more to because I did put a plant down here. I'm going to add another one up here somewhere. I just have not set it up. It won't take too much. I just disconnect the hose. I am using some U-clips. They're screwed in. Again, it's like butter. They screw in so nicely and they just stay. Also, what I did here is we put ventilation in. Now it's already got the ventilation slots or slits, whatever you want to call them, right there. But we put it in fans. So I got computer fans. I got some really nice ones that you can set high, medium, low, or off, but they are in there. We just screwed those to the back and attached them because, again, like butter. But this is enclosure number 1. That is our Govee right there. We want to check to make sure that our heating's set just right. And you want to put this thermometer probe, temperature probe, about 4 inches below the panel. And we will check with the Govee to make sure, again, our setting is correct. Got a nice bucket of water. We have got a couple different hides, one on the warm side, one on the cool side. A couple of plants are going to have to grow in, some moss and some other good stuff. But let me go ahead. This is right there. I'm going to hand this back to Alan, and we are going to do this bottom enclosure. Kitty cat's not included. That's right. Get out of there. Well, let me go ahead and turn this over. All right. So I have a lot of products here, kind of both sides, a lot of bit of stuff going on here. I've got some corks. I've got some of the same stuff that we already have in this enclosure, but I have a lot of products over here. This is going to be our substrates. This one's kind of not really a substrate. I got 2 main substrates I use. And these are by Josh's Frogs. Now, not sponsored. Feel free to, hit me up though, Josh. But I have 4 bags of this ABG mix. It's got sphagnum moss, it's got leaf litter, it's got soil, it's got, I may not have leaf litter, but it's also got burnt, charcoal, like, just carbon in there. And then I have a Truffco substrate. It's got a little bit different things. It's kind of got a different mixture. This one should have leaves in there. It's got more wood in there. about wood's going to be important, because when we put isopods in there, this wood needs to break down. I will bury you in this enclosure. I'll find a way. But the wood's going to break down and become something edible for the isopods. So how I like to do this is we're going to take these 4 bags and we're going to dump it in there. But first, I want to put in this bucket, because I'm actually not going to put any of the substrate under it, aside from what's already there. I already got dog here and there, but I'm just going to place that in there and we're going to work around it. So 4 bags. Let me see. I forgot. This does get messy, and we'll just have to vacuum up afterwards. Here we go. 1. You see a little bit of charcoal in there. We got the soil. We got the sphagnum right here. Here's 1. Here is 2. This is going to be number 3. Now, I like Josh's Frogs products. They're pretty consistent. The old bags they used to actually be layered. So if you wanted to do like a substrate with a barrier and just different layers, you could literally open the bottom and just let it all fall in. It's more mixed now, which is fine, because I actually now prefer my substrate mixed. That is the 4 bags here. We're gonna go ahead and mix it up, and we're gonna spread it out. Again, I don't need kitty cat help, but thank you. It looks like there's some possible cocoa in there. Cocoa's not, it's good for holding moisture. It's not good for food for isopods, but we're gonna provide the isopods some food. All right, kind of mix it up, spread it out. I wanna make sure I'm getting over here. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and add the tropical bedding. So it's not completely spread out as nice, like I'm not over there in the corner. But that's okay, because we're gonna get our wood over there as well. So we open this up. And again, if you take a look, there's wood chips in there. It's got some other, probably sphagnum. We'll dump it in here and take a look. Other little bits of wood. There's more carbon. There we go. All right. So that is there. Let's go ahead and finish spreading it out, mixing it up. This does kick up a lot of dust, so for those who might be a little bit more allergy sensitive, you may want to do this in your garage, outside, somewhere where you're not going to have to sit there and live with it and breathe it. All right, let's see. Just taking these clumps and trying to break them up. Like I said, this feels like cocoa. Probably is. Kind of a cheap filler. But it is effective. And sometimes you just want to fill space. You don't necessarily need a whole bunch of dirt. And I'm going to come back over here. And I'm going to finish filling this in around this bucket. All right, not too bad. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to grab this product right here. Now my isopods, any isopods are going to need a source of calcium for when they shed and grow out their new shells, their exoskeletons. So what I have here is crushed limestone, and I'm just going to kind of spread it out, spread it around, and then kind of mix it in a little bit. Because I want to make sure that they have access to calcium. If you have a creature such as like a gecko, that they might be more inclined to eat it because they need the calcium. Probably not the best way for them to get their calcium. It's better than calcium sand, which can get them impacted, but there we go. You don't want them eating your substrate, not a lot of it. All right, so that is now spread out. What I'm going to put in next, let me go ahead and close this because I am clumsy and I will probably spill it. Next, I'm going to put down a layer of oak leaves. Again, Josh's Frogs, not a sponsor. I like their oak leaves. It does break down really well. The isopods will eat this. This should be their primary source of food. But we're gonna spread this out. Actually, I think what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna go ahead and put their hides in. I picked up these hides at my local reptile show. You can usually get pretty decent hides, relatively cheap at reptile shows. I'm gonna put this one here. I'm gonna use a short one just because the heat panel's under here and I do not want the snake necessarily rubbing up against the heat panel when it's hot. I'll put that there. And I did not grab my scissors. Let's see. Oh, that is in there. I don't have my scissors. Okay, well, I'm just gonna put it in here for now and I'll take it back out later. But this one, I'm gonna put this on the cool side. This will be the cool hide for the snake. This one is not as round as the other one, but they can hide underneath it. They can crawl on top of it. All right, actually, before I'm gonna put the rest of this leaf litter in, what I'm gonna do is, I got two products, again, Josh's Frogs, that I'm gonna be putting in here. One is BioBoost. What it is it has fungal spores. It's got trace elements and different nutrients, but we're gonna put it in here. And fungus is not bad. Mushrooms are not bad for your enclosure. In fact, it is a sign of a healthy substrate. So I'm gonna put this in here to encourage hopefully some mushroom growth. Not only does it look really nice, but again, your isopods can eat it. I have, we'll get it back there. Okay. And then what I'm gonna go ahead and do is use our water. This is a really good, easy way to do a misting. Yes, it has a misting system, but I wanna just pre-wet everything. This is also going to help get those spores into the soil. I'm just going to wet it down. Get it off the back of the wall. Okay, so that is now in there. That's good. We're gonna get rid of this for a moment. All right, now we can put down the leaf litter. No, let's not. Let's do something more fun. We're gonna add in some of our plants. Actually, all of our plants. So I've got a little selection up here. Some of these are really pretty. Oh, this is a silver creeping ground cover. There we go. I think I might keep that soil. We'll just add it in there. But this, I want to get this spread, and I want to see where my misting system is going to be. I think I might put it right here. Hopefully it'll spread out and look really nice. This is something you can propagate, cut off a clipping, stick it in some water, and you'll have more you can put in your other enclosures. I'm looking forward to it. It's just this really silvery color. It's really pretty. All right, I also have a begonia. I just watered it. It looks a little sad. But this one, confetti. This is a very cute one. It's a little weak right now. I actually may wait until it gets a little bit stronger after it's soaked up some water and then put it in because I'm afraid that those leaves might break. All right, peperonium. This one's kind of fun. Get that soil mixed in there. Where is our water? Our water's gonna go here. This one's gonna need more have a higher demand for water. So I'm going to put that right there. My floor's already missed, so we're just going to toss this on there. Now these plants, some of these plants, this peperonium, and there's another little plant up there. Those are also from Josh's frogs. I'll go ahead and put this in here. I'm gonna pat that down a little bit. All right, this is the other plant that's from Josh's frogs. It's kind of cute little pink little thing. I forget the name of it. It was on a piece of paper. I think this one is that I actually let them pick the one that they're gonna send me, because I wasn't particular. I'm just like, send me one. And so they sent me a cute little pink one. There we go. But they tape the top off so it doesn't fall out. My water, I think it might hit over here, so this one's a little bit bigger. Maybe I'll move this one over here. Put your taller plants in the back, smaller plants up front. That gives you some depth. Come on. There we go. Now, there we are. Nice little mess. Put you in here. All right. What else do we have? We have this plant up here. He's kind of been neglected too. This is really pretty because it's got a very metallic looking leaf. This is a Epsichia, and its name is Raspberry Blush. It's really pretty, but it's metallic green and kind of this reddish pink. And I'm actually going to save that name. Where are we going? I'm going to probably end up turning that in there. I'm going to save that name so in the future, because this one looks like it'll produce runners. If I want other people to give these to other people and want to be able to tell them here's what it's called, a good way to do it is just to tape any little tags to the side of the enclosure, and then your job is just to remember what the heck it was. All right, I'm gonna dangle that up there, give it a little bit of support, and bring some soil around it. Okay, all right, so last one is the confetti begonia. Where do I think this will go? I'm really nervous about taking this one out. All right, goes out of here. And I think I'm gonna put this one right in here. Build up the soil around this as well. Okay. So now that the plants are in there, I'm going to give them a little water. Some of these I watered right before we got started. This one did not get watered in the last couple days. So give them a nice dose of water. Give this one a nice dose of water. So when you're starting any enclosure, you want to give them a good 30 days for them to grow their roots in and really get settled. I am not doing that just because I wanted to get this done for somebody's hatch day. So I'm gonna cross my fingers that these will survive. Whoever gets in there. This one right here was in there with Tito. He was keeping that wet from the misting system in there. But I'll be turning on the misting system here shortly. Hey, your butthead. Kage. All right. Okay. Now is the time. So we're gonna go ahead and add the leaves. I want a good thick layer. Again, these are gonna break down. The isopods that are gonna go in here are gonna eat them, and they're gonna provide nutrients for the soil. So multi-purpose. And aesthetically, it looks kind of nice. I might have to go grab another bag. But I will just finish that up later. And that's kind of cute. The ones that are going to go in here as far as isopods, I'm going to put the Montenegro clowns in here because I like them. They can tolerate drier environments, and they're really busy. You're going to see them out fairly often, so that's always nice. And I just spilt a whole bunch of soil on the carpet. Oops. All right. Come here. There you go. Okay, so that is there. So we already put some calcium into this soil, but we're gonna add another calcium source. This is just limestone. I'm gonna throw a couple pieces in here. I'll move that one here in a little bit. But you wanna make sure that your isopods, again, can find them. Additionally, isopod hotels, you're gonna put them down, face down. Yep, that's fine. In here, the isopods will climb in, they'll hang out, and they will hopefully breed. Put this one back here. Next, I'm gonna add a little bit of sphagnum moss. Sorry, not sphagnum. This is moss carpet. I'm gonna put that in the middle of the misting system as well. So maybe I will move this one. And I'm gonna give it a good mist, top and bottom. But this is just another place for your isopods to hang out, get humidity should they choose to have it. Again, Montenegro clowns don't need a lot of humidity. And they're gonna be happy in here. But having the option's not a bad idea. So top and bottom, we're gonna mist it. This is, I don't know how they do this, if it's like dehydrated or what, but you miss the stuff, it comes back to life. I'll put one more piece over here. Go ahead and flip it over. Get both sides wet. All right, so that's that. I'll put more in there later. All right, what are we missing? All right, I'm just gonna give this a little general mist real quick. And then I'm going to add some Spring to Life. What it is, it's just nutritional yeast. You could also use brewer's yeast. The difference is B12 is in nutritional yeast while it's not in brewer's yeast. But this is going to be food for springtails who are going to be part of your cleanup crew. They're going to help keep your enclosure's mold population down. Just help keep your enclosures clean. So I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle this around.
That's not it.
Whoop, that is not it. Problem with having two containers that look practically the same. All right, so we're gonna sprinkle this around. This time I'm not gonna wet it down. So enclosure done right, you shouldn't need to add any specific food for your springtails and isopods. But this is a new enclosure. It's got to get itself established. It's got to start breaking down these leaves. So I'm just going to give them a little boost. And eventually I give them some bee pollen as nice treats because those are superfoods. All right, next, almost done. We're gonna add a rock in there. You want a fairly smooth rock. Sharp points, you don't really want, but this is for the snake to rub up against when they're shedding. It also gives them something to check out. So it's an enrichment for them. This one's really pretty. Oh, there you go. It's was it tourmaline? It's a purple and a green rock. All right, I have a container of springtails that doesn't have a lot of springtails in them. I have a whole bunch of containers, so I'm gonna go find one that does have quite a few in there, and I'll be adding them in, but I'm not gonna go make you wait while I go look for it. So springtails, we're gonna add in our isopods, and then tomorrow we're gonna add in our snakes. Oh, let's try one more thing. Another little thing for enrichment, just because. I might put something else up there. Ooh, I actually see this one has yellow zebras in it, and I just saw one of them walking around. It's always nice to get something going on all the time, just a little bit of activity. Now, sticker's mostly off. But we're gonna add it in here somewhere. There we go. Just for the snake to check out. Give them something. Again, enrichment. Always good for all snakes. Keep their brains working. And you can also add sticks, something to climb on. I will note, you want to put this on the side that does not have your heat panel, because you don't want to encourage the snakes checking out the heat panel. So I'm going to put this up here up against the wall. Ooh, I'm going to try to put it up against the wall. What do we got going on? There we go. That'll work. Something to climb on, check out. Okay, I think this is done. This looks really good. We'll be adding to it, moving stuff around. I need to give that confetti begonia some more water, but I think that's good for right now. So we will see you guys tomorrow. And don't forget, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and be kind to animals. Bye.